Hello everybody, Johnny here. We're getting a light little snow. It's beautiful out here. See the beautiful water all over us, the snow. Directly in front in view, the Missouri River, the Cannonball River, going all the way out towards the big camp. So it's a beautiful day out here. Figured I'd remind everybody that snow's coming down light, but it's a nice day for out here. 3 degrees, no wind. Let's see, we got a good amount of snow. Thankful to all the people that have helped out all the water protectors, black snake killers here. And fighting around the world to stop oil pipelines and oil trains and coal export ports and dams. So yeah, we're out on the hill right here. You can see some teepees, some structures where we hold supplies. The camp down there, Sacred Stone. You can see almost no wind at all. Beautiful. Light snow. And what we're looking at right now over here is the marshland. You can see it's the marshland, and beyond that is the Missouri River. And then those are the cliffs the prayer walks have gone out to every day. And as you continue over here, the Cannonball River, which is frozen over. You can see those DAPL lights poking their heads out. And I'll zoom in. See, that's Turtle Island right there. Extremely snowy. And then it's kind of hard to see, but that's the All Nations camp now. Hey Trent. So I just want to say hello to everybody. Thanks for the support. Everybody that sent supplies or donations. It's real appreciated. I'm feeling better. I was feeling pretty sick for quite a while. Went out, covered some actions and stuff I probably shouldn't have because I was not feeling well. But I know it was important without a lot of media out to go out there anyways. So there you see, always waiting, the Not Afraid to Look sculpture. Beautiful as always. So a couple updates about the meeting yesterday, the tribal council meeting. There was a motion the day before to close Sacred Stone Camp. That did happen. Initially, that motion did happen. So the next day, some camp leaders, there's a lot of leaders in camps. It's a leader-full movement. But LaDonna from Sacred Stone, Paula from Rosebud Camp, and Chase Iron Eyes from the big camp went and spoke in front of the council. Mostly it was about potential flooding due to snow melt. Now that's something that's not going to happen for 2, 3, 4 months. This is not an immediate concern. Right now we're in the middle of winter, you can see. And water is life, but water is ice right now and snow. So that's a long-term concern. And we've, as LaDonna said at the meeting, been discussing and thinking about winter and potential melt and all of that since July. So those of us at Sacred Stone are well prepared and thought out I'll zoom in. You can see there's some people out in the marshland beyond Yurt Village. You can see Heoka Camp. So these are things we've been talking about for a while. The council tried to claim that they didn't know the leaders at the camp. That's ridiculous, obviously. There's lots of leaders at camp. So, but communication's a two-way street. So it was good to see that the communication started. They asked that people are updated more frequently. And, LaDonna made it very clear that her phone number hasn't changed for 25 years. It's really easy to get a hold of LaDonna, especially if you're on the council and you wanted to make sure people were updated. And I want to say the people at camp at Sacred Stone, we really appreciate the hospitality of the people of Cannonball in the area and Standing Rock. They've been extremely courteous and nice, helping people out. This is a lot more people than would usually be in this area. But they've been extremely supportive because they understand they're the first ones in front of this pipeline if it were to break. Right there, dead ahead, that's where the pipeline would cross the Missouri River. And right there, right here, we're on the reservation. It would take seconds to reach the reservation, an oil spill. And there was a lot of fear-mongering at the council meeting. It isn't disunity. The camp's Sacred Stones in good spirits. People keep on working, keep on helping each other out, continuing prayer walks, continuing discussions, and thoughts about what prayerful actions will be when Trump inevitably approves this pipeline. We know that it's going to get a push and they're going to start drilling. We know this. Anybody that thinks elsewhere is delusional. They're frankly delusional if they don't think that they're going to start drilling this pipeline. So I just want to say that again. That's why we're still here, because the black snake is not dead. And they're just waiting to start that drill up. So we think they're going to wait for the Trump administration to come in, change of guards in some positions, and likely approve it from the Army side. The Army Corps of Engineers already said it was safe. That's ridiculous. Shout out if anybody wants to magically find the Army Corps of Engineers spill plan. They mark that confidential because there's 17 million people downriver on the Missouri River and other rivers. Other tribes depend on this water off the Missouri River. And if that spill plan was released, what would happen in the event of a spill? Right there. What would happen? How quick would it go? How ineffective would cleanup? How long would we know until it's spilled? They won't release that document. They refuse to release that document. So anybody who wants to magically find that, that would be extremely helpful. Because we know that that's more confidential because it's a damning, absolutely damning piece of information. The Missouri River goes quick. That oil would not be able to get cleaned up. It would immediately spread across the country. And that is why the Army Corps of Engineers has not released that plan. There's 3 pieces of information they did not give the tribe. They have not released to the public. And that spill plan, that spill model specifically, the Army Corps models out in the event of a spill. They're very, very good at their job. They're very, very good at keeping these things secret, though, because they know that people will not be happy. There's a lot of plans and pipelines that they've hidden things like this. So anybody wants to find that, go ahead. That would definitely help the cause. And that's where the pipeline. That's where they're going to start drilling. Right there. So this is why the camp's here on LaDonna's land on the reservation, because we're right there. All these cliffs, all these sacred sites, these hills, Turtle Island. Things that need to be protected, things that were destroyed. Well, we're all right there. Their lights are still there, their Humvees, the police are still there. Some people went to the bridge last night, between about 1 and 4. I saw video and reports that some of the Constantina wire was cut. I was not there, but right over there is where the police have permanently, you can see that glitter of light, shut down Highway 1806. They're not going to open that up. I just want to say that straight up. Anybody that says we shouldn't do this or we should do that because they're planning on opening the road, the highway, is delusional. They're not going to open that road up. They're not going to open that road up. So, once again, I want to make that extremely clear. They are going to drill at some point in the future, and that road over there, Highway 1806, they're not going to open it up. We know that. It's not because of anybody going to the bridge or holding an action or prayer vigil or somebody yelling at a cop that they should go home. They're not going to open it up because they know that we can get over to the drill pad. The people will be able to go to the drill pad right there from that road. And that's why they're not going to open up that road. So anything else you hear that they're not going to drill, that they are going to open up that road, is just inaccurate. It's just wrong. So there's a lot of misinformation that always spreads around here. A lot of people say they know what's going on that aren't on the ground or may have certain pieces of the puzzle. And a lot of it's in good faith, but some of it's not. So we need to realize that not everybody is on the same page. And not everybody's talking in good faith about what they think is going to happen or what should happen. There's a lot of people talking about the potential flood. That's important to plan for, but our main thing is to stop the pipeline, to protect the water, to protect the earth, to keep the children safe, as LaDonna has said. And part of that is preparing for that, but we've been doing that. So, I want to make it also clear. Sacred Stone, this camp, not in the floodplain. Sacred Stone, not in the floodplain. This area is not going to flood. Now this marsh area you see, that area is wet. That's Army Corps of Land, that's floodplain. And the reason that it's now man-made wet is because in the 50s, a little history lesson, in the 50s, the Army Corps of Engineers stole land from the indigenous peoples of this area, and they put 2 dams up. And that's what the Missouri River is, Missouri River, Lake Oahe. And Lake Oahe is the area they say the waters will rise. And they will, because the snow will melt. How much? Depends on the year. But Sacred Stone is not in the floodplain. Now, as you can see, those are all hills. Those sacred sites, those are hills. So the water's going to run downhill and towards the big camp. It may get wet. It may get more wet. It may get mucky. It may flood over there, but it's not going to happen overnight. So people can prepare. They can get ready. But they can be there for the immediate future, and they don't have to worry about that. So there's a lot of scaremongering about the flooding. I want to say that. People are aware of it. Nobody's going to stay if it's going to flood. That camp went from nothing in a field to 1,000 people in 2 days. So if people want to stay and they know that the waters look like they're going to rise, they could clear that camp out and move immediately. If that were to happen, it's going to be warmer. People are going to be ready. And frankly, when they start drilling, there's going to be a lot more people here. So people need to stay focused on why we're out here, and that's to stop the pipeline. So keep sending your supplies, keep sending your prayers and your love. We're still out here. People still drop off supplies. You can come for a day, you can come for a week. Check the forecast, make sure you're prepared and as self-sufficient as possible. But nobody's really prepared for the weather out here. So we lean on each other, we help each other, and that's how we get by in the camps. We all do a little bit, we get a lot done.